Joe Biden is talking about his Monday phone call with President Trump subject to the virus crisis.
He was very gracious in his conversation. And so it was, the president, I had an opportunity to tell him what I would have done, what I thought, the lessons we learned, and that's what he talked about.
New York State recorded 731 new coronavirus deaths, marking its biggest one-day jump in the outbreak. Governor Cuomo saying the state's death toll since the beginning is now 5,489. I'm Michael Toscano.
How much money would you like to save just by doing something you're already doing? How about 40%? With Allstate, safe drivers can save 40% just by doing something you're already doing. Driving safe. That's right, 40% just by driving safe. Visit Allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote today and see just how much you can save when you drive safe with Allstate.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit beefy, or even with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Affordable term life insurance is out there. Call Term Provider and speak with Big Boo at 800-481-1458.
Here, let me bring you this. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that mic's over here. Just put it down. I'm getting in trouble for every damn thing.
Well, the driver may have been going at least 100 miles per hour and going the wrong way. So police are asking you to please advise yourself with the speed limits this morning and all day. And they are doing checkpoints across the city. Other than that, on the Stevenson inbound near LaGrange Road, there's high standing water in the left lane, so be careful if you're going that way. Again, today the roads are pretty clear. Right now we're looking at a temperature of 52 degrees with a high of 70, partly cloudy skies, and maybe some rain later. Let's look at our traffic and weather this morning. I'm Samantha Thomas on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
The views expressed on our programs are not necessarily those of WVON, Midway Broadcasting Corporation, or our participating sponsors.
The most important 10 minutes for the next 10 years is online at my2020census.gov. Fill out your census form and let them know you count.
Live from the Xfinity Studios at WVON. We're your original social media. You're listening to The Morning Show with Maze Jackson on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. Rise and shine.
Can you close that door?
Rise and shine with the WVON Morning Show.
Wake up, wake up, wake up,
Featuring
wake up.
Maze Jackson.
Do you understand the word that comes out of my mouth?
The WVON Morning Show. Wake up!
Everybody no more sleeping.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, how you feeling this morning?
Oh, Wednesday. What a great day.
What makes Wednesday so great, Todd?
We're almost to the end where we don't have to work we just stay at home during the week. Oh, wait a minute. That's every day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like every day.
Yeah, man, it is. We are in the midst of the corona crisis. I'm going to tell you, it's wearing on me. But I'm going to tell you, we got to get through it. So it is the Talk Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Hey, but y'all know what we got to do. We got to say what's up to the rest of the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Samantha Thomas? Samantha, how you feeling this morning?
Well, again, I was here till about 9:30 last night, so I'm back with y'all again in the building.
Okay, you know what? Road warriors, you know what I'm saying? You can't be scared, you know what I'm saying? On the climb to success, sometimes you gotta work a little harder. I remember when I first started doing the WVON, they would call me. They would say, hey, could you do the 9 to midnight show? Yep. Hey, could you come back and do Matt McGill? Because Matt said, and I'd be like, yep, no problem. And then after I'd have a hot show, Perry would say, why don't you hang around for the last hour, another hour of my show? I'm going to tell you what. I was like, I told you, I swear I became a media whore. It is where I became. But you know what it is, I feel like when you love something, it's every opportunity that you get to do it, you do it. So Samantha, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here with us. All right, let me say what's up to the rest of the WVON Morning Show team. Not the rest of, because I'm gonna tell you, we couldn't even fly this thing. We cannot even fly this thing, and apparently we flying solo. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What's up, Sonia Escobar? How you feeling this morning?
Hard work, dedication.
Hard work, dedication. I see you're maintaining some social distance in your studio there. Keep it. You know what? Well, I think this is what I think we got to do. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what. Let's do this. Let's get the soul playing up to 50 30,000 feet. You know what, y'all? This coronavirus, it's tough, man. It's tough. You know how it's tough, man? Because, Todd, you refuse to cover your nose and your mouth when you cough. And you know what? When you just put your hand up,
your wife is on you, obviously.
Man, bro. And it's like, seriously, it's like in a minute I'm not going to be in the studio. Because it's like she feels like neither one of y'all are taking it seriously, and it's like then I gotta go home. It's like, and like when you do the slow motion on the cough and the cover up, you ain't covering nothing. It's like you just put your sleeve up and it's like poof. And so what happens is, and then I walk in the house and I'm like, and you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spray everything. I'm waiting on the Comrex. I think I'm going to settle into broadcasting from home. Because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I think for myself, it is not so, like if it was me, it would be cool. But I think the challenge is, it's my family, and it's like I don't know if people take it as serious. You know, everybody has varying degrees of seriousness as to how they take it, and so as much as I would love to. You know, it does. I feel like we are living in a space like, so is it an airborne disease? Is it a whatever? It's like you can't touch the paper, you can't touch nothing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing the show on my drawers. That's what I think I'm going to be doing. You can imagine the visuals. I don't know if I'm going to be going Facebook Live during that time.
Maze, I knew this would happen one day. Not the drawers part, but I knew eventually you would be going on.
I mean, were you planning this? Is that why you, were you plotting? I feel like it was a plot, right? Like maybe everybody was just like,
it worked.
It worked. We got him out of here finally. So yeah, man, I am probably going to be broadcasting from the basement. I hope my neighbors don't get mad because I won't get it. I get so excited in the mornings. So when Ty gets,
I'm sure your walls are thicker than that, huh?
I live in a town, you know, man. They don't make them like they used to, man.
What else they gonna do, right?
And maybe they'll tune in. Yeah. All right, y'all. This is the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. That's my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, today is let me just tell y'all what. Today all day, now Sonia, you're going to need some help on those phones. Because I got a feeling as crazy as these people are.
You know what?
Okay, so you know the high school alumni challenge that we have? The alumni challenge that we had, and it came down to CVS versus Lindblom. Well, let me just tell you what. This is not a game. First of all, I must admit, Lindblom is a cult. Because there's no way in the world. Let me just give y'all a score update. Shout out to my girl, Tiger Lily, who is doing all the tabulations, and she's doing it. Because Joe Ziegler called me last night. Said, how you going to count all these damn votes? So basically today, for all Lindblom and CVS alumni who are competing in the Spirit Challenge, let me let y'all know. Today you get 2 bonus points for every call. So whatever time you call, if you're Lindblom or CVS, you call in today. The number is 312-374-8130. Now, right now, the current score, Todd, between the two schools, first of all, it's only a 67-point lead by CVS. Now, CVS has at least 6,000 people every year.
Yeah.
Right? Lindblom might have got 1,500 the whole school, something like that. Look, man, these people are going crazy. This swoop, swoop, boom, boom.
I pick up the phone, swoop, swoop.
Right, pick up the phone. Look, but you know what? I still, I ain't gonna know who I'm rooting for, but I still kind of am rooting for CVS, even though I admire Lindblom because they're the little engine that could.
Right.
One day I wish I could. First of all, I'm so happy to be a Raider, but I would have loved to be like CVS. Right? And then the Lindbloms are the swoop, swoop, and the boom, booms. Hey, y'all, so I'm taking all calls today, 312-374-8130. Look, man, there's over 300 pictures posted from each school on my page. They are going crazy here.
I love that.
Hey, this is what it's supposed to be.
But can I tell you what I do love? I love the school loyalty. So get ready, because we're going to do it for Catholic League next. All right, y'all, it's Talk Chicago 1690. When we come back, we'll talk some more headlines plus social media question of the day. Up, 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 and away.
More of the morning show with
Yes, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm gonna have to leave. It's terrible. Oh, I feel like I don't get my full vibe when I'm not in the studio. But, alas.
Oh man, one of the great, Dunbar, great football players, Mr. Melvin Dillard passed. Phone's ringing early. Mr. Dillard, brother, used to work for me at the county.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not very easy to broadcast with a mask on. You are forced to recirculate and recycle your air, and it fogs my glasses. Yeah. I know, I tried. It's my... But alas, you cannot be in control. It's just... Are they calling already? What was he saying?
He's voting for.
Maybe it's because I kicked him out. I don't know.
Okay, so here, let me give y'all some updates. Here, let's do this. So once, what's that? Who you got? If you had to pick between the Jaguars, King Jaguars, all 80s, 90s team versus Simeon's all 80s, 90s team. I gotta rock with King. Man, I was just thinking like...
We talking about basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You sent me a message? What kind of message? A text message or a... So wait, y'all not gonna confirm now? Can you close that door, Todd? You can have a piece of my love waiting for you. It's true, baby. You can have all of me, 'cause I'm not totally free. I can't tell you everything that's going on, baby. There's a few things in my past that should not be explained. I'm begging you, baby, stay with me for a little while. Breeze touch, no questions asked. Lay back and relax. I do love you. Now pick off your shoes. Let your pretty sexy down. Baby, I'm giving you a piece of me. You are tuned in to Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, y'all. And you know what? Let's talk some little headlines. Todd, did you see that? I think the Latinos have a strategy. Anytime they say something about black folks, they got to get theirs. And I feel like black folks I feel like black elected officials feel obligated to honor that. So here's the deal.
Whenever they know there's a train, it doesn't matter how the train, who the train starts for, they're always going to say, well, we need to get something on that train.
You know, right. And so, Sonia, what I need you to do is keep I want my Ed Burke clip. I want that to stay in the folder to go, right? I want that to stay in the folder. No, I want you to shorten it up, and I want you to put it all together like you know how to do. But I want to keep on reminding folks. So yesterday, let me just show y'all how quickly how much black life doesn't matter. Did you hear when the mayor said, when she starts to say, as a black woman, right? Then that is automatically the cue that
things are bad.
Or no, they're not necessarily bad, but it's the deflection to say that how could you question my commitment to this? I'm a black woman. So remember and then she diverts to something else, right? As a black woman, I'm sensitive to this, so how dare you really even ask about, so they declared 2 days ago a public health red alert. Didn't say black public health red alert. Said public health red alert.
Right.
Okay? So that was on Monday. Everybody was all at Twitter because black people were dying. By Tuesday, no plan outlined, no nothing. They just reintroduced us to the same social service organizations that have been circulating and supposed to have been preparing for this for a long time. But I'm going to let that be. She says as a black woman, as if because she's a black woman, she automatically empathizes with that. But then did you hear she said as a black woman, it's a hard thing to come to terms with. That's because she hasn't necessarily been rotating in the black space. Because if she was rotating in the black space, this wouldn't be a surprise. Because if you say hypertension, all of the stuff that they laid out, right? That's us. So when they say you die from it, you would know that. You wouldn't be shocked. She would not be subject to healthcare disparities, etc., because she's operating in a different space. It just bothered me but no sooner did they do that than the next day they declared that in Chicago, all city programs, immigrants would be guaranteed a right, and she signed a paper to that. Yeah. Right? Huh? So, what happened to the Black Death and the public safety red alert? Y'all got a 2-hour press conference of Dr. Arwadi, and then what?
You missed it, Maze.
What? I missed it?
Yes.
How did I miss it?
They took all the basketball hoops down.
Yeah!
and they kicked the guys out for playing football.
Right.
That's the toughness that I think she was talking about.
Okay. Can I just say something, too? And I just need for black folks to do this, right? I need for you all. We really need our own black media. We really do. Because I saw black folks, first of all, I really want to be clear that I don't necessarily think that there has been effective messaging to the hard-to-reach population. I don't. I think that if you don't watch TV, right? My son doesn't watch TV. He watches YouTube. He doesn't watch TV. Can you imagine all the kids that are outside, that are normally outside, that are committing, doing whatever, etc.? Who really is if they don't watch channel 257 or 9, right?
Right.
And they really don't do Facebook Live because they think Facebook is for old people, who are they talking to that are credible messengers to them? You just assume they're stupid.
No. I want to say I saw commercials, and I might have been on YouTube when the governor's race was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Can't they do that now?
Are they?
Now, that's the question.
That's my point. No, when it was again, let me just be clear: the profiteering on Black life will continue. That Black death is a hustle. I've told you that before. I'm sure it's been repeated by numerous people, but the origins right here. Black death is a hustle. And even in these processes, like, think about this. As all these
like poverty. I mean, I don't always agree with people when they say that certain people are like poverty pimps. But poverty definitely is a hustle. As I've seen a lot of lawyers make a ton of money.
Sure, I've seen a lot of agencies make a ton of money, right? Like a lot of agencies. I told you I was on FQHC.
Right.
And I remember all the dental equipment going away. And it was like, I was like, dang, y'all still in the dental equipment? And it was like, it was all good as long as nobody, I just was too much for me. And I just feel like, Todd, realistically.
Hey, nobody's getting hurt.
Right, nobody's getting hurt. Why are you making a big deal? Because y'all do realize y'all supposed to be providing dental care for, that's okay, I'm going to stop. All right. Wisconsin voted yesterday. So I hope that, do you think the governor of Illinois can be critical of the governor of Wisconsin for that? He better not.
No.
He better not say a word.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to. I would say he could. It's not the same thing. The president is the president of all the states. The governor is the governor of his own state. So.
Okay. Did you see that? I want to just be clear. It wasn't only Black people outside. So while Black people was calling,
only Black people go out and play basketball ever.
But let me just tell you. So while they was calling while Black people were calling the police, and y'all was proud of yourself for calling the police on Black folks, it was white folks galore. They was biking, fishing, doing whatever they could.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to me because Black people was like, I'm calling the police on them. Call police on the white people.
Well, you only call the police on the people that you see because they're in your neighborhood.
Who are the people in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood.
I saw.
We got to go to traffic and weather.
Oh, dang.
We got to go to traffic and weather. Then we're going to take these calls. We're going to go to traffic and weather. We're going to do the social media question of the day. Because did you see that town hall meeting yesterday? It was hard to get in, but I checked it out. It was kind of crazy. Plus, what is CVS doing up this early? CVS? See, y'all going to start these Lindblom, CVS, Cavaliers for life, swoop, all that. We're going to take all of that today because we're doing it all. It's Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back.
Live from the WVON newsroom, here's our news now.
It's 50 degrees at 6:31. I'm Samantha Thomas, and here's what's happening. We're coming off the high.
You got the camera tied.
Man, I missed that call, but
No, you don't.
what? But it seems like it was a rematch of everything we already know, isn't it? I saw somebody say they couldn't get on. I would thought it would have been pretty well attended.
Hush. Sonia.
Man, it's hard to use this with rubber gloves on.
You know what? Todd, can you keep a tally of who called between Lindblom and CVS? Just to check.
How?
When they call, just put CVS. Put a piece of paper that says CVS, Lindblom.
Me? Oh, you mean you want me to
No, from right here. When the person calls and says, "Hey, I'm calling from CVS," just put a piece of paper.
you're gonna. Oh, I see.
Answer the call.
Oh, okay, cool. That is big. You can have a piece of my love.
Let's go for a ride and tell it. Breathe well. You can't suffocate another, can you? Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
This traffic report is brought to you by Upwork. When you need in-demand talent on demand, Upwork has the world's largest network of proven independent professionals. And here's an alphabetical list of them. Accountants, administrative assistants, animators, architects. You get the point. When you need in-demand talent on demand, Upwork is how.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Still no major delays on the roads to tell you about this morning. However, if you're traveling on northbound Lakeshore Drive, crews are still on the scene cleaning up an accident where a victim was ejected from the vehicle, and that is due to them possibly going at least 100 miles per hour and officials say driving the wrong way. A couple of ambulances still on the scene at that accident, and that is Lakeshore Drive northbound between Montrose and right before Lawrence. And police are reminding you to please advise yourself with the speed limits and also be more careful when the roads are slick. And if you're driving on the Stevenson inbound 55 right at LaGrange, there's some high standing water in the left lane, so be aware if you're driving that way. Other than that, all roads are looking pretty free and clear this morning. As far as weather goes, today is supposed to be a high of about 60 degrees. It is currently 52 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy, and if you have to go out, make sure you cover up. And that's a look at our traffic and weather now. I'm Samantha Thomas on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Keep your finger on the pulse of urban radio by tuning into WVON, the only urban talk station on iHeart Radio. Download the iHeart Radio app today. It's absolutely free. It's time for the WVON Morning Show social media question of the day.
Oh my God. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all what. Let me tell y'all something. It is high school. We are playing for the CPS Spirit Cup today. Now, the voting is going on the Maze Jackson personal page right now. It's CVS versus Lindblom. Now, you get bonus. You get a vote. You get a vote for posting your class, your school class year. Right? You get 2 points if you vote, if you post a picture in school paraphernalia. You also get 2 points if you call in to the WVON Morning Show. Now I'm gonna tell you, Lindblom is the little engine that could, but that CVS, them Cavaliers, boy, they kind of rowdy. They kind of rowdy. Let me go to the phone lines because. You know what? The CVS Cavaliers seem to be up early. Who is this on my live line? Is that Tina? Tina, you on the Talk of Chicago, 1690. Tell me this ain't Tina Battle, not the Tina Battle. Hello? Did we lose her? Uh-oh. CVS gone. Well, you lost that call. Let me go to Harold. I bet this is Harold E.K. Williams because Harold been snapping. And Harold, are you calling from Afghanistan, man?
Yes, I am. At the wire, man. I got to show my love to the Palace, the V, CVS, the best from east to west. class of 2005.
Man, let me tell y'all what. Harold E.
Is that a 3 point or is that 2 points?
I know I'm gonna have to give him. I'm gonna have to give him 3 points for calling from Afghanistan. This man, that's some school.
Here, man. It's nighttime here.
That is some school spirit. He's calling from Afghanistan.
I thought you were joking.
No, he's calling from Afghanistan, and he has been riling up people from all over. But that just tell you how worldwide the WVON Morning Show is. Hey, Harold, I just want to tell you.
Just had to drop light on school knowledge, school activity that the alumni do besides fist pumping, but there's way that we're still interacting with the school to promote the students, the staff, and the community, man. Heck, all the women from the Mighty Eighth Ward, she's an alumni, so,
No, actually, she went to South Shore.
Ah, look at that.
No, don't stop that. Now, you stop that.
No, I know her well.
I think she went to CVS too.
Michelle went to South Shore.
And CVS, I think. Some kind of way.
Oh, she went to both?
I think we got to find that out because I thought Donnie Kirksey, my big brother who went to CVS, claims her too. Harold, hey man, I would talk to you all day, but I see Lindblom and y'all blowing up the whole line. Y'all ain't even letting me get my social media question out. Hey, Harold E.K. Williams calling for CVS. The Palace, all the way from Afghanistan. I don't know if Lindblom could top that. Hey, but let me go to line 1, because I got Miss Lindblom. Who in there? There's a Miss Lindblom? We on the top of Chicago 16. Todd, are you keeping score? Did you write that down?
3 points, right?
Yeah, okay. No, you just mark the call. Yeah, you can't give him a 3. All right, Miss Lindblom, you're on the top of Chicago 1690.
Yes, Miss Lindblom, and that's worth 10 points.
You better be calling from Abu Dhabi then.
Swoop. I'm calling from Chicago. Swoop.
What year?
It's a million Lindblom folks on your post. You cheat.
I'm not cheating. Y'all can't keep. I'm saying y'all. Lindblom. Let me just say this. Numerically compared, you all are like the little engine that could. Because I ain't never seen nothing like this Lindblom thing. CVS is just like a wave.
Our own call. We're smart. First off, if you just base it on test scores alone, we would win. Can we just say that?
I'ma have
I don't even understand how this is a competition when you are talking about a school that ranked number 3 in the city when I was there, class of 89, swoop.
89.
Compared to CVS. Come on now.
That's the way she said.
I know she said, CVS. Okay, Miss Lindblom. Miss Lindblom is class 89. What college did you go? What university did you go to?
Fisk University, Fisk Forever. Also a member of Dub Sigma Sorority Incorporated.
There you go. All right, shout out to Miss Lindblom. All right, let me get my social media quick. Todd, did you mark that down? She don't get 3. She only get 2.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want me to do calls or points? How you want that? I can do either or both.
What do you mean?
I can put points down.
Just put the calls. Just do it as the calls. You don't got to do the points. Just do the ticks. We know Harold gets 3. All right, let me ask the social media question of the day. Now, you guys, the lines are going to be open for you all day. CVS versus Lindblom, and even if you participate, you answer the social media question. You got to let us know. You got to let us know what school you went to, what year you graduated, and I want to hear your call. Like, what y'all say? Because what they say, CVS.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I don't know. They've been writing it in posts. They be like, all this stuff. All right, let me ask social media question of the day. Todd, did you see the teletown hall yesterday, the Zoom town hall put on by the Joint Black Caucus yesterday?
I did not. I did see, I was looking at my Facebook and the posting, and one gentleman said that he couldn't get on for, I'm guessing there's a finite number that can actually group in anything, huh?
500, but can you imagine? So let me say this. Let me start here. Think about the fact that the day before an announcement was made that said black people are dying at 7 times the rate of anybody else. And then you announce a town hall meeting about the black response to COVID-19. I'm going to guess that there are probably going to be more than 500 black people that want to know what's happening and what the government is doing. So let's start there.
All right.
Right? So you need a platform that's larger. Again, and I'm going to tell you, they do the curve. So WVON, home of the black, We still doing our thing. That to me should have been something they should have said, we got all this money, let's come to Melody. I know y'all not going to do Maze Jackson, but why don't you do Matt McGill? Why don't you do Kimberly Agon? Why don't you do Perry Small? And why don't y'all have the Teletown Hall on air so people can hear? But the fact of the matter is, I'm going to back up. So,
that would have been smart.
No, I know, but that's the first part. The second part is they offered questions and answers. Can you imagine the anxiety that people are having right now as they hear all of that? And then you put them on a Zoom chat and then you talk it out so that they don't get the questions, which is really always the strategy. The strategy is always have the event, run the clock out, and then be like, we'll be back next time. Right? So now I'm watching this and I'm saying I couldn't get in, but then there was a Blue Stream live link, etc. I'm going to stop being critical there. I'm going to stop being critical and I'm going to now pull back and say I admire the fact that the Joint Black Caucus decided that they wanted to address the black community and they told us they're going to keep having these meetings. But again, they brought people on to talk about all the programs that all the state is doing.
Right.
Not what is the black plan for the black people, right? The mayor told us, she said, as a black person, what did she say? She said, as a black person, it's hard to get terms with. She declared a public health red alert. The Black Caucus held a teletown hall meeting, which I'm going to guess sounded really cool, but I'm not sure what they gave us. What did we leave with that? So you got the lady, you got everybody talking about the whole state's programs and not really talking about the black plan within the state's programs. I felt like it was the epitome of the dog and pony show. I.e., we got to do something and we got to call it black because the black people just heard, and so they pop something up, but I just didn't hear anything of substance. And maybe think about this. We were told, they told us science. One person came on the call while they told us the governor said science. Somebody told us we need to be doing what Big Mama told us. Bust that science stuff.
You ain't pray?
Nah, go to the store and eat the stuff that Granny told you.
Right,
but don't. And basically, one of the elected officials said, it's always been this way. They ain't going to do nothing for us. So, it was really just like that. It has always been this way. We've been talking about this for 30 years. And so, we on our own. And I was just like, who coordinated this? So,
there's something to that. That this, well, I don't know, maybe in my own circles, the talk about integration and segregation have been going on for years, and that integration helped dissolve a lot of the lines that kept us healthy.
Mm-hmm. Check this out. So the social media question of the day is, what should black elected officials be doing for black people during the corona crisis? What should they be doing? We'll take calls when we come back. This is Talk Chicago 1690.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up on the Talk of Chicago 1690 WVON.
With the Bloomberg Urban Report, I'm Donna Wilson. The toll of the coronavirus crisis could hit historically black colleges and universities especially hard. HBCUs are worried about the financial impact on their institutions that forced all schools to close early this spring.
near you, go to Discover the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're a small business owner, and there's nothing small about what you do. That's why Dell Small Business Technology Advisors give you trusted advice, one-on-one partnership, and tailored tech solutions, like computers with Intel Core processors, servers, storage, networking, plus thousands of top brand electronics, accessories, and software. No matter your technology needs, Dell is here to help your small business do big things. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with an advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
The Mega Millions jackpot is huge. Normally we say that money should go to someone in Illinois, not our neighboring states. But right now we need to come together, like we're one big state. But we get to be the capital. It was our idea. Download the app or play online. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 or older to play.
Hello, Chicagoland. This is your main man, T.O., Mr. Ceasefire
they
Hardy.
call him?
I'm inviting all of my friends, associates, and colleagues to tune in to WVON, the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM for the T.O., Mr. Ceasefire Hardiman Show. This show will cover all the hottest topics, including politics, reducing gun violence, and so much more, right here every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM, WVON. Thank you.
This traffic report is brought to you by Upwork. When you need in-demand talent on demand, Upwork has the world's largest network of proven independent professionals. And here's an alphabetical list of them. Accountants, administrative assistants, animators, architects. You get the point. When you need in-demand talent on demand, Upwork is how.
WVON, traffic and weather, now.
Still no major delays on the roads to tell you about this morning. However, Lakeshore Drive, the accident right on northbound between Montrose and Wilson, has caused the Lakeshore Drive to be closed in that area. There was stop-and-go traffic, but police have closed the area, and this again is due to an accident where a driver was ejected from the vehicle when police say they were driving the wrong way and at least over 100 miles per hour. Ambulances are on the scene, and again, that roadway is closed on Lakeshore Drive, so if you're traveling northbound between Montrose and Wilson Avenue, please be aware of that. Other than that, all the roads are pretty clear this morning, and we're looking at a high of about 60 degrees today. Right now, it is 52 partly cloudy skies, and that's a look at traffic and weather right now. I'm Samantha Thomas in the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Keep your finger on the pulse of urban radio by tuning into WVON, the only urban talk station on iHeart Radio. Download the iHeart Radio app today. It's absolutely free.
Over there.
You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, y'all, and we are asking the social media question today. Yesterday we had the Joint Black Caucus had a teletown hall. And I don't want to be critical, but I feel like you know what? Let me not talk about my view. Let me ask you what you thought. Let me start with Ronald. Ronald, you're on the Talk Chicago 1690. What did you think about the Zoom town hall meeting regarding the black response to COVID ID?
You know what? These mostly like bozos. That's all they are, is a bunch of bozos. They don't care no more about their own people than anything. All is interested in money. Let's get the facts straight. With this C-19 now, yes, it is serious. But let's be real with it. Why is you going around saying people died from it and when you're not saying complications from it? You know, you make it seem like you're making it worse. So, especially in the black community, you keep on saying, well, black is dying from the COVID-19, but in nationality, they're dying from complications. So that means you put it all on black. So everyone else think that we're like carrier. So when you go around other races, they look at us like, you know, we're the
Chinese.
Yeah, you know, and that's real dumb. For the mayor to get on there and say what she said, she must forgot where she came from. But I forgot, when you live it up north and you forgot where you come from, it bees like that.
Thank you.
And that's the same.
Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate that. Let me point something out that I thought about, right? So here's the thing, and I'm going to just ask these questions. I am not a conspiracy theorist. What happens when the virus goes from empathy to enemy, right? When you no longer are empathetic about the people, but you now see them as the enemy. And then they start to say, what happens when it's the black people, right? So now what we got is this narrative where all the black people are really the big carriers of this disease, this virus. So what happens when Corona becomes AIDS?
Really, I'm not saying that that's not true, but I didn't see that. At least I didn't get that out of the newscast that people were thinking that black people were the carriers.
Yeah.
I thought they just thought that black people are more the victims.
Yeah. So think about this. So you got 68. You see a line that says the most people dying, 68%. Right. Then you see all these pictures of the black people out in the park, arrested, getting killed. I'm just telling you, it's a narrative that can be created very simply. Let me go to the live line. Let me talk to Anna. Anna, you want to talk Chicago 1690?
Yeah, so I just a couple of things that I think that can be done. I think I'm tired of town hall meetings. What I call
Anna, I think you forgot to say what high school you went to, though.
Oh, I went to Proviso.
We're going to do a Proviso East versus West.
I'm guessing that you went to Proviso East because you didn't say East or West. So.
No, but with that being said, first of all, I'm tired of these town hall meetings with these politicians and not coming up with solutions. Second of all, if they know that blacks are dying at a rate that far exceeds any other rate, then when we come to the ER and we are African American and we have these comorbidities, diabetes, hypertension, don't turn us away because we don't have all the symptoms that fit the COVID testing. And 3, they need to start staffing the communities that serve our hospitals with resources that we need. I work at 2 different hospitals, and I see the disparity. I see the lack of resources. So politicians need to get on the bandwagon and start providing us with the solutions that they know we need.
Let me stop you right there. Can I tell you something? The safety net hospitals have become the black safety net hospitals have become a profit center for white people who go in and figure out how to to minimize the services, make it more efficient, and turn it into a money maker. And I'm telling you, if you pay attention to the black hospitals, not the ones you run, but like at Roseland and who got put in to be the directors. And I'm going to say that when they knew that this was happening, have we heard from the governor, the mayor, or the city how they're doubling down on making sure that the hospitals in the black communities have the services and are more capable because we know we're more likely to die? But you know what? That'd be doing too much. So
no, they treat they treat the safety net hospitals like black people. Let me be honest with you. They ignore them.
Exactly. Let me go to the live lines. Let me go to Nora. Nora, you on the Talk Chicago 1690. Nora? Did we lose her? Nora was like, Lindblom, stop playing. But she lost that vote because she didn't take it. She didn't call. She didn't come on. Let me go to Joseph. Joseph, you on the Talk Chicago 1690.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies.
Good morning.
This is Joe Ziegler Jr.
Joe Ziegler. Look, now you've been adding that 06. You know what? Okay, so Joe, who are you calling for, man?
Who am I calling for? The baddest school from east to west, CVS. Oh, by the way, Todd.
Yes, sir.
The illustrious alderman of the 8th Ward and I attended CVS together. She was in the class with Donnie Kirk.
I told you.
Is he to go to South Shore? Maybe Lorraine went to South Shore. Maybe your aunt went to South Shore. Maybe that's why I'm getting confused.
That's right. Michelle Harris is a CVS graduate.
All right, that is Joe Ziegler, man. Y'all get y'all insurance from Joe. Joe is over there on 87th Street doing his thing right at 87th and Damon. Let's go to Yolanda. Yolanda, you on the top of Chicago, 1690.
Hey, Maze.
Yes.
I'm from Lindblom, 1998. Maze, I seen you at Babe at the ice cream shop.
Oh!
What's in it for the black people? You said, oh, no, don't do that. Remember?
I remember that. Look at y'all. Y'all, what is going on with y'all? Lindblom, y'all is like a cult for real, man. What's going on with y'all?
The best place in the world. They used to tell us wherever you go in the world, you're gonna always see somebody from Lindblom. I've been in the military. I've been a lot of places, and I've always met somebody from Lindblom.
Oh, okay. Now, hold on. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate you. So, mark that down. Yeah. Is it Shirley? Shirley, when we come back, we'll take your call. Plus, hey, I got time. All right, let me go to Shirley. Shirley, you on the top of Chicago, 1690. It is Spirit Week.
This is Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
How are you?
I'm great.
CVS all day. Cavaliers for life, class of 79.
79? You know it. They pulling y'all out the woodwork. How did you find out about this contest, Yolanda?
On Facebook.
Oh, there you go. All right. It's the Talk of Chicago 1690. I'm sorry, Cherie. It's the Talk of Chicago. Oh, Sherry. Is it Sherry? Look, I'm going to tell y'all what. These Cavaliers, these Lindblom swoops. What is the Cavaliers called? I want, you know what, next time somebody talk to me from CVS, I want to hear what CVS says. I know Lindblom, if depending on how old you are, boom, Lindblom, or swoop. I didn't realize. Now, though, Todd, all these people at UOI make a little bit more sense to me now. They didn't fit in the Whitney Young and Kenwood, and I was like, who are these guys? All right, y'all. Look, they are texting me. See, look, Lindblom, y'all are crazy. It's the Talk of Chicago 1690. We'll be back.
The station, 1690 AM, WVON. The website,
Dixon, the alderman before me, she went to South Shore, I think. That's what I'm sure.
Well, they should be naming they famous. What would be slick is if they smart, like if I was Richard Boykin, I would call in, right? Like I would get my famous alumni to call in. I'd be like, if you got a famous, like, see, like if I was, like this is a perfect time for like Scott Neville to call in. Right, and be like, this is Supreme Court Justice P. Scott Neville, Lindblom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could really engage people. I really wish people would listen to me. I know black people. We want to do UFOs.
I don't think that's the black people want to do UFOs.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Gihan Foreman.
Good call, Joe.
We got a call at 7 o'clock.
This is what happens when you get old. After a while, you start mixing things up. Everybody looks like they're the same person. Yeah, but Mace is right about, well, both schools, but I tended to know a lot of people who would talk about Lindblom more than I knew people who talked about CVS. I don't know why. I think the Lindblom people always thought that they were part of something that was special.
They were, I think. I think that
it was like a magnet school at the time, I guess.
So here's what I feel about Lindblom. Like, I feel like that. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's the same way with the Raiders, but I do feel like they seem like they got a chip on their shoulder, right? Like,
well, you said it right. They're not a big school. I mean, they weren't like 3,000 people at that school, man.
I think, but see, like to me, what I would want to know is what did they do at Lindblom that made those kids have that level of school pride, right? Like.
I think it was they taught certain classes. I mean, they weren't called like a college prep, but when you went there, you knew you was. So I'm saying, whatever that, but they had to do something beyond just teach college prep. They had to teach excellence. They had to pour something into those kids that made them. They had to pour something into those kids. Like Todd, how many? I mean, like I was talking, they were like they was Fred
having.
Smith, who died, the Alpha.
Yeah,
Fred. He was a Lindblom guy. He talked about Lindblom all the time.
I mean, so my thing is, what did they pour into those kids? Like, and I feel like watching how they're responding to this, watching how they're responding to this challenge is like they remind me of 300. The movie, like, they are right now fighting CVS. They probably had, 1,200 people a year? CVS had like 6,000. They are like, get your pictures, everybody. We going to war.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And you think about it, for Lindblom, with their graduating class to be at 402 points, and CVS to be at 467 points, in the gap, the Lindblom people are pulling out, they got paraphernalia, they got backdrops, they pulling out crazy ass pictures. I still wanted to go to CVS.
Yes, CVS should be.
CVS should be raining on them right now.
No, I mean in the bigger picture, CVS should be a special school. Even now.
So all of these, if I could have got $1 from everybody that posted, I could have paid for the uniforms for CVS.
Or you can visit Larry C. Williams.
Said you talking, but y'all ain't there yet, man. I feel like Lindblom might sneak up on y'all. This is like David and Goliath, man. Y'all, Lindblom, stop! Stop it! Y'all done found my personal stuff.
No, I guess it was wrong, bro. Yeah, I guess they're not taking them serious enough.
Who?
CBS isn't taking Lindblom serious enough at this point.
Right. No, I think they taking it serious because they going hard.
I just got that all wrong.
Three 312-374-8130. Mooka Bear, you was cheating. Mooka Bear put up 100 pictures yesterday. Oh, my fault, Sid. I'm sorry. You put up 200 pictures, Mooka Bear. Other guys. It's one of my favorite songs in the world. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Hey, Todd, but you know how we do at the top of the hour. Got to say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Miss Samantha Thomas in the newsroom, as well as the musical conductor, the Soul Play. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. It is the finals of the High School Spirit Alumni Challenge. It is CVS versus Lindblom. It is CVS. I don't know if I got that right. Versus Swoop Swoop, Boom Boom, Lindblom. Now I'm telling you, last night at 10 o'clock, it was CVS was up 467 votes to Lindblom's 402. Now you get bonus 2 points for every time you call into the WVON Morning Show, 312-374-8130. That's 312-374-8130. So, Cavaliers, Eagles, I want to hear from you. Now, I want to tell you something, Todd. This competition started with 4 schools. It was 4 schools. It was the Mighty Men of Dunbar versus the Cavaliers of CVS. That was the vocational division. And in the bougie division, it was Lindblom Eagles versus Whitney Young Dolphins. Now, when you mention Whitney Young, you start talking to the Whitney Young Dolphins, they Whitney Young Dolphins, they're a little bougie. They hold their heads up a little higher. They be like, we have Michelle Obama, we have Russell Maryland, they start running through all their alumni, etc. And when they start talking about alumni and people that they are proud of, one of the names that always seems to come to the top is this brother right here. Now, Todd, you may have seen him and not really known him. You may have heard his name on so many occasions, but he is here to talk to us today about, first of all, did you know a brother is in charge of picking the chief of police, the new superintendent? Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
And it's a brother. It wasn't a 75-year-old, 3 million-year-old brother. It was a brother.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being older.
Yeah, I know. I'm older. But it's always special to me when we see members of my peer group, even though I think he might be just a little younger than me. But it's great to see brothers who have it all together in decision-making positions.
Yes.
WVON family, welcome.
I think he got one of those black don't crack faces.
Welcome to I think we all got these black don't. All you gotta do is go to a white class reunion, and you go to a mixed class reunion. That's when you see it. Because the white people be like, you didn't change at all. I'd be like, you did. Hey y'all, welcome to the WVON Morning Show. Our brother Gihan Foreman. Gihan, in case you all don't know, is the head of the police board tasked with really finding our new police chief. And so one of the things that happens when brothers are in charge is that white folks get to feel like they get to take shots, right? They get to, so if a brother pick a brother, or not a brother, because the brother can have all the qualifications, could be the most, have everything you need, and some kind of way somebody white gonna find a way to pick a hole in it. And don't let it be 2 black people in the mix. Because then it'll be, now if it's 2, okay, I'm gonna go too far. Let me bring it on back. Hey, WVON family, we have Gihan Foreman here. And you know, Gihan, I just want to talk about this new chief of police, man. This new superintendent and the process that you all went through to pick him. He wasn't a Chicagoan. But this brother has a legacy, and I want to talk a little bit about the process that you went through to get it. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. I heard the Whitney Young intro coming up. I was like, man, this sounds like a setup. I went to Whitney Young. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to defend my alma mater for a second. No, so of course, this wasn't a planned superintendent search, as you might remember. So we were really kind of thrust into it. Pretty immediately, the board had to come together pretty quickly and think about, kind of where we are with the police department, right? What's the current status of the police department? So that was one group that we had to speak with. Absolutely had to go and speak with, of course, the mayor's office to get their understanding of, where does the mayor want to, this is the department that she's going to lead. Where does she see this going, and what kind of leadership is she looking for? We talked to the federal monitor about the consent decree, right? Because whoever we were to select, they're going to have to enforce this consent decree. We talked to the FOP. The very first community meeting we had was with the FOP, because this is somebody who's going to have to work for the superintendent. And then we had a series of community meetings. We had 3 large meetings that took place, one on the south side, one on the west side, one on the north side, where 50 to 100 people from the community came, and then individual board members had 25 different meetings where we went out, we heard from the community, what are the qualities we're looking for, give us some very specific things that impact you. We took all of that information, and we did something very, very interesting this time. Rather than having people write an essay to tell us their answers, we made them submit a video, because that way we felt like it would give us a chance to get to know that person, rather than somebody else could write the essay. And frankly, when the new superintendent comes on your show, he's not going to have the ability to write an essay. He's going to have to speak to you, speak to the people. And so this was something different that we did. Board members came together, and then we conducted the interviews. We had 25 applicants initially, so we went through the process of doing that. We ended up interviewing 9 candidates, and and there was a series of background checks we did, and looking at their credentials, their education, their training, and ultimately, this is not an easy decision. So this is a decision where the board needs to be unified. And how difficult do you think it is to get 9 people, different ages, different races, different income levels, to agree on 3 candidates? So it takes a lot of time, a lot of meetings take place, but ultimately we decided on the 3 candidates, and ultimately Mayor Lightfoot, she selected David Brown.
Okay, Gihan, so let me do this. I was going to keep you on for a few minutes. You got a little bit to hold on for me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. And I'm not sir. That's my dad. I'm just amazed, man. You know what I'm gonna say? We got to make sure that we connect through all of these dots. Let me tell y'all something. These brothers and the people on the police board, and I'm gonna tell y'all know I'm pretty critical of kind of everything, right? I always want to know what's in it for the black people. So, Gihan, when we come back, I got to take some of these crazy Lindblom and CVS people calls. I'm gonna let them do their vote, but then when you come back, after I take their calls, can you tell us what's in it for the black people with the new chief of new superintendent of police? We'll be back after traffic and the weather. It's the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. We'll be back.
More of the Morning Show with Maze Jackson.
Todd, you got the camera.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty sure, even before the process started, even before they even started, that the new superintendent wasn't going to be from Chicago. I always think that there's not a lot of respect for people who are here, or at least have been here, especially if you were born here. The only people who tend to respect us who were born here are people who were born here. So, but that's not saying that I've got anything against the mayor's pick. And I hope he's very successful, which means that it will be successful. Being a police chief is a tough job, but it does pay well, and it does have its perks.
Yeah, you could kill people.
There is that. But even though the police chief probably doesn't do that anymore. They probably haven't killed anybody in many moons. Yeah, but all those jobs, they come with the plus and minuses. Some people's personalities works better. They like the spotlight enough where it doesn't matter that their family life can be a little tough. Yeah, that'd be nice if Alden Harris called up and said, "Yeah, I'm a CVS Cavalier."
We'll call up this show. She'd be like, I get in trouble. They're not allowed to talk to the Maze Jack. Like, they can't publicly acknowledge Maze, the morning show. They can do it like, hey. They can't be like, oh, I talked to him. It's like, we got to be scared of our own people.
That sounds crazy.
It is crazy, but you think about it, it's like, it is. And it's like when the white folks come for them, though, because they will come for them.
Oh, then they want you to say something.
Then they're going to want to come and be like, I mean, I just think about all the people who, I'm like nuclear until you're in trouble. Then it's like, these white people coming to get me. Y'all like being with the white folks. When, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I know what you're saying.
I don't have to be the enemy. Let the white folks be scared of me. Be like, Maze, that's my dog. But instead, it's in reverse. The white folks be like, I'll talk to him. Black folks be like, I'm not allowed to talk to him.
No, I mean, I'm with you. There's something wrong with that picture.
The biggest stick you got, not the biggest, but one of the biggest sticks we got to whack people that you could walk in the door and be like, they'd be like, don't you be messing with that dude, that mouthful.
Check your groove thing, yeah. Show 'em how to do it now, show 'em how to do it now.
You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, and Todd on the live line. We have brother Gihan Foreman. He leads the police board picking, and he is telling us how they selected the new superintendent. But before I get to that, I got to let y'all know that it is the finals of the High School Alumni Challenge CPS division. The winners of the Bougie division, Lindblom Eagles, at 10 p.m. last night had 402 votes. CVS, the Cavaliers, had 467 votes. Now, Todd, you get 2 bonus points if you get in on the WVON Morning Show. And I got live lines calling. I got the lines lit up. People are calling there on social media saying they can't get on. So let me clear some of these lines before I get back to my man Gihan. And the Whitney Young Fish. All right, let me go to Kashawn. What's that? Kashawn? Kashawi? Say that for me. Hello? Kashaw? Kashaw? Nothing? All right. Going. All right, if you're going, if you hang up, then you don't get your votes. Let me go to Latasha. Latasha, you on the Talk Chicago?
Yes, Latasha, CVS class of 91, baby.
Latasha, CVS class of 91. Now tell me, Latasha, because I want to do the CVS call. What was y'all call?
CV,
I'm going to do that.
Location now, CV.
All right. Thank you, Latasha. Put that down for her. Let me go to Andre. Andre, what school did you go to? Who you representing for today? It's the finals.
Lindblom Tech, class of 88. Swoop, swoop.
Uh-oh, class of 88. So what? Can I ask, what did they put in the water at Lindblom? Because y'all are, CVS is like 6 times y'all size, but y'all are fighting like some soldiers.
Because we eagles, we fly high, baby.
Okay, let me get back to Gihan Foreman. Georgia, I see you on the live line. I see the live lines lit up. Y'all gotta hold on. If you hang up, I can't give you your votes. But I'm going back to Gihan Foreman. Gihan, now you know you get on the WVON Morning Show. I got one question, brother. One question. What is in it for the black people with the new police superintendent? Because, I've been trying to get him on the show. And I feel like, what happened is these brothers get here and they get fancy. They talk about the black people, but they don't have an answer for black people. So I trust you. I trust you and I trust Pastor Edie. So y'all need to tell me what's in it for the black people with the new police superintendent.
So first, I think it's important that everyone, police officers, community members, really get to understand his story. And you get to understand that he's a regular guy, right? He goes through the same kind of problems that we all go through. His how he got into law enforcement was a result of the crack epidemic basically wiping out his community, and he felt like this was a profession that was calling him to improve his community. Now, that's a story that we hear all the time in our community, right? So, we have somebody who we know understands the black community and has made his career something that can help not just the black community, but certainly in Chicago, when you look at the violence, right, it disproportionately impacts our communities. He understands that. His partner was killed, his brother was killed, his son killed a police officer and was killed. So his son had mental issues as well as some drugs, right? So things that we deal with in our community. I think that he's a person who commands respect. I think he's a person who will be able to work with the black officers, the white officers, the Latino officers, and the Asian officers. One thing that we heard when we were doing these listening tours is that the community really wants respect. But one thing we heard from the police officers is that they want respect as well, right? And so if everybody is waiting on everybody to give each other respect, we'll never get respect. And I think that the community, because when we get to know this superintendent, I think it's going to give us an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance on giving some respect. And I think that he's going to require the same thing of the officers. This COVID situation, I think, is forcing us right now to think about ourselves and thinking about, how we have to work together. The last thing that I would say is this, and it's an indirect way of answering your question. Right now, it's about 28% of the police department is an African-American male. And over 50% of them are at retirement age. Ooh. All right? So, if you think we have a police problem now, what happens after a wave of African-American male retirement and young men don't want to be the police? Right? This is a profession that buys houses in neighborhoods, sends kids to college.
Or to jail. That's real.
Yeah, but I'm saying as a profession, right? So one would say, hey, think about it for a second. If you no longer have African Americans who want to become police officers, if you feel over-policed right now, what will it feel like if you don't even have any African American police officers who understand your community, who grew up in these neighborhoods, right? And so I believe that he will be a good example, and because it's something we have to change as a black community.
Gihan, let me ask you this. One of the things that we heard Charlie Beck say, and I'm going to say that I admired Eddie Johnson for, was refilling those ranks. That we saw Chief Beck say, interim Chief Beck, say he wanted to put an end to merit promotions, which seems to me to be the way that they keep black folks out of the pipeline. Will the new superintendent bring back? Will the new superintendent bring back the merit promotions? Because I think that is probably one of the biggest issues for black officers as we're talking now.
Yeah, I can't answer that. We did not in the interview process, we did not ask candidates to weigh in on, Superintendent Zach's decisions about, some of the promotions that were made or change in the merit system. We didn't ask them to do that. We asked them to make sure that were they up to date on some of the changes that were taking place, and all of the candidates who we interviewed were up to date on the changes that were being made. Everything was kind of happening real time, very fast at this point in time. And so that was one of the things we looked at when we were interviewing, how well researched were these candidates in terms of, understanding the Chicago Police Department.
So, Gihan, I know you got to go. I got to go on, move on. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that when Pastor Edie called me yesterday and said, hey, can we talk? I said, without a doubt, we have people in our community that we need to trust. Everybody's not going to be at the top of the pile, and so when our brothers make a decision is in our best interest, I want to make sure that we are there to support you. Gihan, at the same time, we want to make sure that we don't have to go through ABC, CVS, all those people fight. We'll get him and get him to talk, but the people that he will, in our estimation, impact the most is our community, and he needs to have that relationship. So we're going to hold you responsible for getting him back to make sure that he talks to the black folks. But if them white folks come fight, you got any problems, you make sure you come to the WVON Morning Show so we can make sure that our community knows the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate both of you guys.
All right.
Keep spreading the word. And man, let's make sure that we spread the word about the social distancing, man. We got to take it seriously. It's disproportionately affecting us. And so, man, this is one of the most important things that we could be making sure that we're educating right now.
We are on top of it. Could you tell Todd that? It's the Talk of Chicago, 1690. Gihan, and I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to say, I was going to talk a little smack about your Whitney Young Fish, because they only mustered up 43 votes, man. Y'all got whooped by Lindblom. You know they're going to be talking wet, mad smack. But in the meantime, hey, man.
If you would have put FAMU in the mix, though, man, who knows what would happen to
This is a high school thing. This is a high school thing.
The black colleges, too.
All right, we're going to do that one, too. We might do that one, too. All right, y'all, that's Gihan Foreman. It's our representative on the Chicago Police Board. He is the head of the board. That means he is the HNIC. Y'all white folks don't get to say that, though. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
Live from the WVON newsroom, here's our news now.
All right, CVS. Okay, Mooka Bear. That's because all of the I feel crazy calling people Mooka Bear and stuff, but I just feel like
what is a Mooka Bear anyway? You know?
That's his nickname on Facebook. So, that's fine. I'm taking my calls first though. Chuck can wait. What I am telling you is, so Tina Battle, I'm sorry. Anything I type after 8 o'clock has to be spell checked. Has to be checked for facts because I be sleepy. To Lindblom, I am just going to say that even though I like CVS, I must say how I admire your school pride and spirit. And again, y'all like, I feel like the CVS wave might just be insurmountable, right? Like, just because, like, when the 6,000 just get to rolling, and if 6,000 people with just one picture each, right? But I feel like I feel like Lindblom could actually win. Now, if Lindblom beats CVS in the Spirit Challenge, considering all of the people, that's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna ask Chuck Gowdy what school he went to.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
That's interesting, huh? Well, like I say, I think they really pushed We Are Lindblom. I don't know, at CVS, they had so many people come in. I don't know.
It was just like you was your. No, I mean, like, Lindblom reminds me of the 300 in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, and CVS reminds me of the armies that were coming. Was it the Persian armies? I can't remember what armies it was. I think it was the Persians. The Persians. And it was just like, good look. Like, it was like they could hold that hole, And it's like they could block that, but then it was like once it came, it just came. Knick-knack. Thank you, Maze Jackson, Swoop 88. No, I mean, I really do. I mean, so, you know, I went to school with some Lindblom people, but I really didn't factor them in as a factor. But now that makes sense. But all of the cues, it was a lot of cues from Lindblom and Lindblom had those social clubs, right? Those, like the Crunch Bunch and all of those things, and I feel like
the Crunch Bunch.
They took that to college, and
yeah, like the Polo Club and all that.
Yeah. And they had all their clubs, and I mean, like I didn't understand it when it first came.
It really does help make you closer to people. That's for sure. I totally agree.
And then they all pledged, like the. Now that I look at it, like damn near all the damn cues at U of I was Lindblom. Right? Like they was like somebody pointed that out. So I never in my life have ever thought about Lindblom. Like it just never was a fact. Like I mean, yeah, I knew people, and even when I saw people were trying to get their kids to go to Lindblom, like when I was picking high school, I was just like, whoa. And I really want to know, I mean, I know you say they push We Are Lindblom, but I want to know, like, what, that's an uncommon type of school spirit. Like, that's uncommon. Like, I'm talking about these people are, like, by class, by whatever, and it's like, when you, like, I just scrolling through, first of all, I'm going to tell you, this is one of the funnest things I've done on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Just because it's like it's all light, it ain't nobody fighting, and it's just like scrolling through the pictures, it's everybody having a good time and representing. So I'm gonna tell you, it's probably one of the. And I don't
say that Lindblom people mention Lindblom more than any group that I can remember. I mean, like just
in there.
When he's talking to them, they may say, "I went to Lindblom."
They gonna make sure you know
Yeah.
Lindblom swoop swoop. Like yesterday, it's crazy because I'm getting. Like random people. Like yesterday I got a text from my boy Jeff Moody who was like, Lindblom swoop swoop nigga. Right? Like and I was like, J-Bo, I ain't talked to you in like 3 years. He like, I know, but they put the call out, Lindblom swoop swoop.
Yeah.
So Lindblom got me nervous to do the Bolingbrook. Like I'm like, is my school gonna come through? I don't want to. Like I don't want to see Lindblom in the finals. Like because I'm gonna do Catholic League next, and then I'm doing suburbs. And after I do Catholic League and suburbs,
are you gonna break it into region?
No, I mean like the whole. So
I mean, you know, Bolingbrook is a long way from here compared to like
Not now though. I mean, I think about the biggest four. So I'm gonna put it up and I'm gonna take the top 4. I'm gonna say, show me the schools with the most spirit. Well, top 3 because Bolingbrook is making it regardless. My contest, my contest, my rules.
It's good to be the king.
Yes. So, I want to be invited to both cookouts this year. And I think I'm going to do this every year. And I'm going to come to y'all cookout and award y'all a trophy. Because I'm giving them a real cup.
That's cool.
And then what I'm going to do is make them pass it. So you got to go to at the alumni cookouts. You got to take the trophy and pass it
to the next
whoever won.
I get that. House. The bottom nose. This is hot stove regardless. the things not a woman needs to get a man. Yeah, yeah. Blues are fit to use.
24-36.
What a winning hand, a piece of brick house.
You are tuned into Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host Todd, Stroger, Todd. And coming up in just after I take these three calls, coming up we have Chuck Gowdy. He is the chief investigative reporter at ABC7. And he says Cook County Jail has an infection rate more than 50 times higher than Illinois. And I'm going to come to him as soon as I take these crazy people that are calling for the Alumni Challenge on the line. Let me start. You got to tell me your name, your school, and your class number. Let's go. Adrian, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 1690.
Hi, this is Adrian, class of 1973, Chicago Vocational High School.
Let me hear your call.
My call?
Y'all say CV. What did y'all say?
Like, what did you say at the football games? You know?
Yes.
Oh, CVS.
All right, okay. I'll take it. Let me go to Georgia. Georgia, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 1690. Are you part of this cult of Lindblom?
Yes, I am calling from Lindblom. I'm calling all the way from Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Yazoo City? What year?
Class of 1982.
1982? All right, Yazoo, that's Georgia. And then let me go to Mocha. That's not Mooka Bear, is it? Is that Mooka Bear?
Yes, it is Mooka Bear.
Mooka Bear, you cheating! How you gonna put 300 pictures up there?
Listen here, I'm repping my school. Chicago Vocational CV.
All right, y'all.
93, baby.
There it is. All right, that's Mooka Bear. Look, y'all. It is the High School Alumni Challenge. Call in. You get 2 points. It's CVS versus Lindblom. But look, Todd, I got to move on to. I got one of the biggest and baddest in the state of in the country. Man, I'm gonna tell you. You see Chuck Gowdy, man. He got all the big stories all the time. Todd, now he is breaking down the fact that, did you know that Cook County Jail has a 50 times higher infection rate than Illinois? Here to talk to us about it is Chuck Gowdy from ABC7. Chuck, how are you today, man?
Good morning. Was that a growl in the background?
So Chuck, you didn't know you're in the Lion's Den? This is the WVON Morning Show. You're in the Lion's Den, and we want to find out what is going on at the Cook County Jail. But Chuck, before I do that,
Maze is a young lion. I'm an old toothless lion.
But Chuck, before I do that,
I didn't want to say that, Todd, but we all know that, right?
Woo! Little shade there. Hey, Chuck, let me ask you a question before we go on to the serious topic, because we're doing the Alumni Challenge right now, high school spirit. Chuck, what high school did you go to?
I grew up outside Detroit.
Oh, okay. What was the name of your school? Real quick.
Birmingham Groves.
Birmingham Groves. All right.
That's not where Axel Foley went, is it?
Not that I know of.
Chuck is like, look, man, I do investigative reports, not alumni. Chuck, talk to us. 50 times higher at the Cook County Jail? What's going on, man?
Well, it's a stunning figure, but really shouldn't be surprising considering how concentrated a population you have at the Cook County Jail.
Right.
When this whole thing started, the medical experts and law enforcement certainly knew that jails and prisons were going to be almost impossible to control, and in certain places that's what we've seen. The Stateville Prison, Cook County, some of the big urban jail centers in the country have really grown, just exploded with coronavirus, because you have inmates literally on top of each other in bunks, in multi-prisoner cells. You have movements confined and controlled so that the 6-foot rule is almost impossible to enforce. And so it was just a matter of time before this really took off. All you had to do was introduce the virus to a jail population with one guest, one visitor, one staff member, and it would go from there.
Now, Chuck, I'm looking at the stats, and right now they're saying there are 272 detainees that have tested positive for the coronavirus, and 115 sheriff or employees at the jail.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, but I guess that's quite a conundrum. Because what do? Do you let the people out?
It sure is. I mean, that's one of that there are several different things that the experts, civil rights attorneys, and organizations have filed a lawsuit in federal court attempting to achieve, and that would be to release even more prisoners from the Cook County Jail, take a look at their cases, those who are not considered to be public safety threats, revisit those cases, and then potentially let those people out. The problem here is that there has been such a reduction in the jail population to begin with. I mean, thousands of people fewer there today than there were 10 years ago, that there aren't that many people that you want back out on the street. And so the real problem here is how you're going to parse through these cases quickly, even as the virus is out of control there. So that's what they're trying to do. There were emergency motions filed in federal court before midnight with the MacArthur Foundation saying we need to have more people freed in order to get our arms around this viral problem. The Sheriff's Department is saying we've done everything possible, that the accusations that we're not providing personal protection equipment, sanitation equipment, that those are false. We've done everything we can, and that this is as good as it's going to get. So you've got a little bit of a standoff now, and a federal judge is going to have to decide whether to go back to the table and look at some of these other cases.
Now let me ask you a question, because I see there's a lawsuit now that the local union steward, David Evans, is filing a lawsuit regarding this. He
didn't file the lawsuit. He has lent himself and his voice to the federal lawsuit that I just talked about. He filed an affidavit describing some of the conditions that he's seen and some of the problems as he and other correctional officers see it, with the hope that he may offer some evidence that more needs to be done.
Now, in that more that needs to be done, and you hit on something that I do, and that I was asking about, because of the way that we lock people or we put people in jail now, I was under the impression that only violent offenders really got locked up now. So where is the discrepancy there? Because I do think, like, if you went to jail now under these circumstances, then maybe there was an underlying issue, not to be funny.
Well, there certainly has been a move to release non-violent, low-risk offenders from the Cook County Jail, or not to send them there in the first place. Across the board at 26 in California, county judges have opted for other kinds of confinement, whether it's home confinement, electronic monitoring, or in some cases just having people sign I-bonds and promise to come back to court for their date. And in many cases, if not most cases, that seems to be working for the last year under Kim Foxx. There are still some, there's some opponents of the state's attorney who are saying, well, we need to take another look at that. It's not working in certain cases. You have people who were set free continuing to commit crimes. But in the case of the coronavirus, they are going back to the drawing board to figure out what cases can still be reviewed and can those people be set free. It is largely the case that the people locked up at the Cook County Jail have either violent criminal histories or are in for some crimes of violence, mostly gun cases. And there aren't that many to look at this point. Maybe 100. And those are the ones that they're focusing on.
Yeah, and you have to remember past history, because I think a lot of people don't think about that. A lot of these people have been locked up a lot.
Right. Let me ask this: race, right now Cook County Jail is probably the hot spot around the country.
It is. If
that is the case, I wonder what role race plays in it, and what role does that number figure into this 70%? The overwhelming number of black people that are dying from it. Have we had any cases of death in jail?
There's been one case in the Cook County Jail and two at Stateville. The first Cook County case was 2 days ago. It was an inmate who had a long criminal history, was awaiting trial, an African American, had underlying health problems, was taken to Cermak Hospital. He ended up dying there. But the race issue is clearly all over the entire coronavirus issue, at least in Cook County and in Chicago. I mean, ABC7 has done a number of reports over the last week looking at not just the data points when it comes to that. The percentages are out of whack, but attempting to get some explanation for why that's the case. And there aren't good explanations.
Okay, Chuck, I'm going to tell you that is something we're going to keep our eye on. Tell people how they can find out more, catch you with the ABC investigative reports.
Yep, abc7chicago.com. All of our reports are there. We're on the air beginning with our regular newscast at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock, and then, of course, we're carrying live all of the big briefings every day, from Mayor Lightfoot to the governor and to the president.
Hey, y'all, that is Chuck Gowdy. He's the chief investigative reporter for ABC 7, letting us know that the 50 times higher COVID-19 in Cook County Jail. Chuck, we appreciate you being with us, and we look forward to talking to you in the future.
Okay, always good to talk to you. Take care.
Take care. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
More of the morning show with Maze.
He threw Todd some little shade, didn't he?
What did he say?
Oh, he threw you a little shade. Just a little.
Oh, that's right.
Just a little. He was like, yep, we know you are the weak. I was like, wait, what? He was like, you said something about weakness, something.
Oh, I said I was a toothless lion and you were the young lion.
And he was like, yeah, we all know that.
He's like, yeah, let me jump on that, but that's all right. That's part of being the second banana. You got to throw yourself out there for comedy sometimes. But the jail is a tough place. And I'm not talking about for the people who are in prison there. It's tough on the correctional officers who have to go to work and know that they're going into like a petri dish. But they got to be there. It's not the kind of thing, you can say, well, I'm not coming in today. Like, well, you don't ever come back. That's what they're going to say to you then. So, yeah. Back in the, let's see, what decade was that? I guess it had been going on for a while, but back in the 70s into the 80s, the jail used to be overcrowded. And when I say, wait a minute, am I on? Am I on? Let me check that out before I go into all that. Ow. Yeah, man. Back in the 70s and 80s, the jail was so crowded, they were getting sued all the time. They had so many inmates that they literally would put mattresses on the floor. It got to be pretty crazy. But I think a lot of us know that part of that was just a war on black people. It was truly in a lock 'em up mentality. That's why I think Kim Fox's election says something, that there were a lot of people, even with her being abandoned by certain groups, there are a lot of people who see this as the right thing. Bigger than
about the games that I had played with Minnie Hudson. I'm not saying no names. Then the thought occurred, teardrops made my eyes burn, because I said to myself, look what you've done to her. I can feel it inside. I can't explain how it feels. All I know is that I'll never dish another broad deal, playing make-believe, pretending that I'm true, holding in my laugh as I say that I love you, saying a more, kissing you on the ear, whispering I love you and I'll always be here. Although I often reminisce, I can't believe that I found a desire for true love floating around inside my soul, because my soul is cold. One half of me deserves to be this way till I'm old, and the other half needs affection and joy, and the love that is created by a girl and a boy. I need love. I need love. man, sheer delight. How sweet. I gotta find me a girl to make my life complete. You can scratch my back. We'll get cozy and huddle. I'll lay down my jacket so you can walk over a puddle. I'll give you a rose. Pull out the chair before we eat. Kiss you on the cheek and say, ooh, girl, you so sweet. It's deja vu whenever I'm with you. I could go on forever telling you what I do. But where you at? You neither here nor there. I swear I can't find you anywhere. Damn sure I ain't in my closet or under my rug. This love search is really making me bug. So if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen? Get a chance with my love and you can find out what I mean. Fantasies can run, but they can't hide. And when I find you, I'ma pour all my love inside. I need love. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd.
You did that one pretty well.
That's because that is the original rap love song. That's so like when I was having my LL versus Rakim debate, and people was trying to say Rakim was the greatest MC. I was like, he can't even beat LL. That right there took Mahogany straight out, and I love Mahogany. But that's okay. That's a whole nother thing. Because right now, I've been doing all these challenges because we've been in the coronavirus. But one of my favorite challenges, Todd, has been the alumni spirit, the high school alumni spirit challenge. And I'm gonna tell you, let me write. And for CVS and Lindblom, CVS and Lindblom are in the finals. Todd, we started out with 4 schools in the vocational division. It was the Dunbar Mighty Men versus the CVS Cavaliers. And I'm going to tell you, Todd, if the Dunbar Mighty Men had a few more hours, they might have overtaken CVS. Dunbar got in the game late. They got in the game late, and when they found out, they was like, woo, and it was, I mean, they came.
There's a lot of I know a lot of Dunbar alumni, and they're pretty spirited. And when I say alumni, I mean like people who were like 75.
Yeah, I mean, no. Dunbar Mighty Men, they got, because it was one of the original black schools. So, and in the bougie division, it was Whitney Young versus Lindblom. Now, I went to U of I, and the Whitney Young people were very Whitney Young. You know. No, Whitney Young. Like, imagine, I couldn't even imagine going to college with the Whitney Young people if Michelle Obama had been the first lady. We would have never heard the end of that. Because Whitney Young people used to be like, oh, where the fish? Where the fish? Ooh, where the fish? It was Whitney Young, Kim Wood. There was a contingent of CVS. But now that I'm looking at it, there's a lot of people from U of I that went to Lindblom. And I didn't really realize them because they were kind of low. They had their little thing going on and I didn't really realize it. But what I've come to recognize is, so in the bougie division, Lindblom mollywopped Whitney Young for school spirit. Never would have thought that. Never. Then, Todd, it came down to the finals. Now, let's just be clear. When it was all 4 schools, you know who was the number 1 vote getter?
Which one?
Lindblom. Lindblom beat the Dunbar Mighty Men, and they beat CVS. CVS, in the finals, CVS was kind of like, CVS was like, yeah, we was just playing with them. So today, I kicked it off, right? So the finals is now for the Spirit Challenge. And Todd, I want y'all to be clear. I'm delivering the trophy to your alumni class picnic, reunion, right? It's going to be a big old fat trophy, and we're going to come to your event. We're going to get on stage, and we're going to present it.
And eat ribs.
All right, now let me go to the phone lines and see. Now, if you are CVS or if you are Lindblom, you call, you get 2 points for the call to your total. Now, last night, the total was 402 to 467. Lindblom was falling, but they was holding on. Let me go to the phone lines. Tanya, you're on the Talk of Chicago. You got to tell me what school, what class, and you got to give me your school's call. Tanya, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 1690. Oh, she couldn't hang on. They like, y'all ain't got nothing to do. Stop it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what. Now, if you need a fried turkey, you need a smoked turkey, you need smoke. Let me tell you what, my man Rod Thomas got you. My man Rod Thomas got you. But, Rob, who you calling to represent today, man?
Man, come on, man. I'm representing Lindblom class of 86, man.
Hey, man, what did they put in the water over at Lindblom, man?
The school spirit at Lindblom, man, it's just something else. You went to Lindblom, we that cult that you always heard about, and I don't even know what it is, man, but we get together. Nobody else want to be around us, man. So, and I come. You mentioned a little thing ago. I'm one of them social club dudes. I was in the Phi Beta Gents. I went to U of I. I'm a member of Mega Psi Phi fraternity. I hit all those points, man. So you should just multiply my points by like 6.
Right, but back up, because this I do want to understand that. You know, and shout out to Rod. His brother Dozier Thomas was one of my friends freshman year. Well, one of my friends, period. But freshman year, we all clicked up, him and Jason Harris. But what I don't understand, Rod, is help me understand what were the social clubs at Lindblom that then it seemed like they had an impact too. Tell me about that just a little bit.
You know, those social clubs,
and what were the names
they were
of
like little mini
names.
fraternity and sororities. You really didn't know it back then. And those groups got together, and that friendship and that bond and that helping each other getting through high school and studying and hanging out, and that bond exists to this day. Man, let me tell you, when Lindblom, probably like 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago, they were close to shutting the school down. Those social clubs got together, man, and got a number of other alumni together and made a huge uproar. It was like, no way is that school gonna close down, neighborhood or not, man. And now that school is one of the tops in the state. It's the same thing with the Divine Nine right now. If there's an issue going on, I guarantee you, I can look at anybody in their eye in another organization, your organization too, man. Amazing. I know what you went through, and you know what I went through, and we are bond together, and we're going to go through whatever it is as one.
Hey, did you join those things as freshmen? I'm talking about at Lindblom.
No, I came in actually as a sophomore in Phi Beta Gents, and my younger brother was a member of Crunch Bunch, and he came in as a freshman. You know, Crunch Bunch and D Family, they were mostly all football players. I was the only one from my organization that was on the football team. And like I said, we bond together right now. As a matter of fact, my class... Right.
See how these lips look? Right. Hold on one second. I got to go to traffic weather. I'm going to let you finish that. I want you to tell me the names. CVS. Now, Rod Thomas is on here. Now, Rod, and then I want you to tell me about them turkeys too, man. But when we come back, it is the Alumni Challenge. CVS, Lindblom, 312-374-8130. Get in. It's time to get your bonus points. You got till 5 o'clock today. We'll be back.
The Talk of Chicago.
Crunch Bunch.
That's, yeah. I can see that. If you join any organization and you're there for 4 years, yeah, you're gonna make some true friendships.
They came to U of I. A lot of them came to U of I with their little social clubs, and because we didn't understand them, we fought them, right? Because they all came and they came and the thing was they were modeled after fraternities, and so they came to school doing the stuff that now was the express space of the Black Greeks. So right. They were doing party walks and doing stuff and coming to the parties, trying to click up and do all they stuff that they did, and motherfuckers was like,
that's high school stuff in the college.
You can't do that shit over here, dog. You try to step around this. I mean, I remember the first week of my sophomore year, and a bunch of them came down, and we were pledging, and they're all clicked up and on each other, and they did something. I don't really want to go into the story, but I know we had to go over there and tear up some shit. Be like, yo, fuck y'all thought this was? This ain't no. I think it was a group called the Yellow Boys, and all you had to do was tell me it was the Yellow Boys. What? The who? The Yellow Boys. Oh, where we going?
Like you're asking for trouble there.
The Yellow Boys. Oh no. Now that was a big clique though, and what's crazy is it was a big clique in Chicago, and my best friend, my very first best friend, was one of them, and he was super yellow or whatever. But it was like
super yellow.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's kind of funny.
Oh no, Rod Thomas killed on the turkeys too. Man, 2 Thanksgivings ago I went to his house and got my smoked turkeys. I think he smokes them. He can smoke a man from, but he got them smoked turkeys. CVS. CVS. I still like. I do love though this camaraderie. I ain't going to front. I feel like I got a muscle.
Of course. How can you not appreciate how close these Lindblom people seem to be? Yeah. I think at Ignatius, people in the black organization, the students, they kept some closeness because, felt like you were a bit of on an island. And, the biggest event you did was, you'd have a party and you would invite girls from the other Catholic schools. I remember my brother would, he'd dress up and they'd ride over to Our Lady of Peace, Longwood, and let's see, I'm trying to remember what other schools were around back then. Weren't an awful lot. I think they go to Mother Macaulay, even though they have a small, black population. And they pass out pluggers to our because we were all boys. Yeah, that'll help. You kind of reminds me of Xavier though, because Xavier was for the most part a commuter school. There's a number of people who live off campus who weren't from New Orleans, but back when I went there, only 10% of the campus was lived on campus. Like I think they said like 200 people or something. And some of the schools were very close. They still stuck together. Some of the kids who came from St. Aug and 35, they would still kind of congregate around the campus together. And that ain't surprising though when I think about my roommates. Besides the two roommates I got when I first got there, who were from California. After that, my roommate went to high school with me, and then we moved off campus together. And one of my other best friends was from Evanston. So yeah, you tend to hang around people who you know a lot, just from geography.
Like, see, this the shit I be talking about. Like, motherfuckers just be taking chances with your life. Poor Sonia. Oh, this is why. Lord, he be. Oh, Jesus, Lord, fucking me.
.chicago.gov.
Live from the Xfinity Studios at WVON.
Lindblom.
You're listening to The Morning Show with Maze Jackson on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. Rise and
Rise.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Rise and shine with the WVON Morning Show.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Featuring Maze Jackson.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The WVON Morning Show.
Wake up!
Call 773-591-1690. Wake up!
Say that just passion. Wait. You are tuned in to Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Stroger, Todd, and it is, hey, this is the, well, actually, you know, you can still get bonus points, but it is the Chicago High School Alumni Spirit Challenge. It pits Lindblom, the Lindblom Eagles, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say swoop, swoop, or boom, boom, versus the Cavaliers of CVS. And on the live line, I'm going to let him wrap up because, you know, it's my man Rod Thomas. I'm a little partial to people that went to U of I. And, you know, especially people with the U of I who make them fire tail turkeys. It is my man, Rod Thomas. Rod, real quick, just tell me real quick because I really do admire your school spirit. Talk to me about what were the names of those, of your social clubs, so that maybe people could recognize.
I was in the group called Phi Beta Gents.
Hey man, so you was 2/3 of the way there, man. You was 2/3 of the way there, and then you took a turn. What else? And then you said Doja was part of the Crunch Bunch.
Doja was part of the Crunch Bunch.
Okay, what else? What other social clubs were there?
There's The Family. That's from the guys. There's GF from the girls, JF from the girls, Ice on the girls' side. And then you go old school, man. There was a club when I was a freshman called MOD that I was actually a part of as a freshman. Then they pretty much graduated out, and then some of those members migrated to Phi Beta Gents.
Okay, all right. Well, let me tell you what, Rod. I am going to tell y'all what, this Lindblom cult that you all have is off the chain. I don't know if y'all can hold up against CVS, because CVS, this is like 300 the movie, bro. This is like y'all holding down the pin. Y'all got 300 soldiers, and I'm telling y'all are fighting. Last night at 10 o'clock, you all had 402 votes to CVS's 467. Now, Rod, this phone call counts as 2. And then if you post pictures on the site, that counts as 2 too. Now, if you bring me a turkey, I'm going to tell you, we might be able to work something out. You know we from Chicago.
Man, I'm going to give you a couple things.
All right, y'all. That is my man, Rod Thomas. He is casting a vote for Lindblom. Now, I see y'all calling. Rod, thanks for calling in, man. I see the rest of you all on the live line. Let me go to Karen. Karen, you want to talk Chicago? No. Let me go to Tina. Tina, you want to talk Chicago, 1690. Now, is that my girl, Tina?
This is Tina from CVS Class 91 Maze, and I got a bone to pick.
Uh-oh, what I do?
Yeah.
What I do?
You gave CVS the wrong number to call in.
Oh!
Obviously, you want the little engine that could to have some momentum. I get it. But you know you want to come to our picnic, man. Represent that trophy.
Not
it's
Tina.
The picnic in the city.
Well, y'all done moved it to Indiana, dang it. Y'all done bought. Let me tell you, I was watching. The comments on these things are funny. CVS said all class reunion is so big they had to rent out the state of Indiana. Now, Tina, I'm gonna tell you what. Tina Battle, representing CVS. Tina, what class did you tell me?
Class of 91.
And let me hear your call. Let me hear what y'all say. What y'all say, CV? What y'all do?
CV. CVS.
All right,
Chicago vocational, but don't forget you tried to sabotage us, and I got the screenshot to prove it.
I was not trying to sabotage you. I was trying to give you the plug, but I'm gonna tell y'all what. You know,
Maze, let me tell you what's so dope about CVS. We had about 100 social clubs, so I can't name them. Let me tell you this. We are so dope because we represented the black young diversity in Chicago. We came from everywhere. The suburbs, the low end, Inglewood, Peel Hill. We represented it all. That's why we ran the city. That's why. So I get it, Maze. I get it. But you know, you come on to the picnic and present the trophy.
You know I'm
don't
coming.
Take it. You know you want to be there. It's the loudest
Can
picnic.
I tell you?
The high school. It's the loudest in the city.
Tina, I told you. Tina, I told you if I would have went to school in the city, I would have wanted to go to the V. But I know these Lindblom people making me think twice. Let me go to Karen. Karen, you're on the top of Chicago, 1690. It is the Alumni School Spirit Challenge. It's down to CVS versus Lindblom. Karen, what school did you go to?
Lindblom, Swoop.
Uh-oh, what year, what class?
Swoop, class of 85, social club member of Sweet Elite, and Maze. But on top of that, we are celebrating our 100th year, our centennial celebration. I am so happy about. But also, I am a current administrator there now, so I should get 100 points.
Look at y'all trying to fix it. Y'all trying to fix it, Karen. Well, I'm shouting out to Lindblom. I call Lindblom the 300. Y'all are like the Spartans, man. Y'all standing in that gap. Y'all, CVS is like coming with the wave. They just, they win by attrition, right? They like, we just keep throwing bodies at it. See, and Lindblom is like, we gonna fight to the end. Come on, y'all, we got this. Karen, I appreciate you calling in. And it's awesome to see you went back to your alma mater to pour into it. Can I ask one question real quick, Karen? What? Oh, she going, okay, let me move to CVS. Let me go to, wait, is this CVS? Let me go to Sharita. Sharita, you're on the top of Chicago, 1690. CVS, what class?
Class 82.
82. Now, tell me something about now, Sharita, what, did you do your call? Come on now. You got to get the whole thing. Go ahead.
What I did?
Don't y'all supposed to say CV, something? You got to tell me. You got to do it.
CVS.
give me the check.
Oh, no. I was, no.
Sharita, what year?
Class of 82.
82. All right, Sharita, you still represent. You're going to be
82. That's right.
See, I used to be like 89, 89, 80, 89.
No. Class of 82 was right on the curve. We were the best class, still are. We always represent each other and always take care of each other. I live in Louisiana, and they come out to visit. We share, and we are the best class.
Oh, she called for Louisiana. We had Mississippi. Now we done got Louisiana. Let me go to Cecil. Cecil, you're on the top of Chicago, 1690. Who you, Lindblom or CVS?
CVS.
Uh-oh. Cecil, what class or what year?
1993.
1993. Let me hear it. CV, let me give it to me.
1993, CVS, all the way.
There it is. All right, that's Cecil.
Can't be duplicated.
Oh, man, CVS trying to look, CVS done put the wave on y'all. Let me go to Cindy. Cindy on the top of Chicago, 1690. CVS or Lindblom?
CVS.
Uh-oh, CVS. What class?
CVS. Chicago vocational. CVS. I heard you say 88. I heard you say 88. I heard you say 88. Class of 88. CVS. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I'm loving this school spirit. Let me go to Mario. Mario, you're on the top of Chicago, 1690. Look, y'all, I'm telling y'all now, we don't go to 9 o'clock today. We only go to 8:24. So you only got a few more minutes to get your bonus calls in. Mario, CVS or Lindblom?
Man, look, you already know, man. This is Mario.
Oh, this Mario!
Stop playing.
This my man Mario Smith. Mario, I did not know you went to CVS, dog.
Yes, sir. Class of 85. Proud alum. The Palace. CVS. What you say? Where you go? How you get there? Catch the 87th Street bus. The man sitting next to you know. He know. Don't play games, Maze Jackson.
Hey,
I see you on these streets. Mind you. Chicago Vocational High School, sir.
Look, how CVS trying to gangbang me now? Look, they done went from.
Here we go.
He said, I'm going to see you on the streets. And let me tell y'all something, man. Mario is one of Chicago's legends. He does this thing. over in Hyde Park. Let me tell you. Tell me the venue one more time, Mario.
At the promontory.
I could sometimes I've been hanging out with my cousin over this time. So at the promontory, Mario is the man, but he also one of them poets, and he is one of those Chicago originals. Mario, I did not know you went to CVS until you put that back call out, and then my timeline got flooded. Mario, we appreciate you.
Don't play with none of us. We do this for a living. We gather to show people that we can gather.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to see who I'm going to be delivering this trophy to between y'all and Lindblom. Let me go to Ron. Ron, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 CVS or Lindblom?
Lindblom, Lindblom, bloom, 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 Lindblom. See, that's how we did it in the 70s. Like,
wait, is this our Ron? This is our Ron.
Yeah, that's right. Ron C. Yeah, Lindblom. Hey, real quick. Yeah, boom, boom, Lindblom. Real quick, guy. But if you go back, see, all the people that made significant contributions to the city and all that from Lindblom, we pretty much are retired and stuff. But lastly, one of the callers said that CVS was very representative of the whole city. We were representative geographically. So only thing that we asked you to do, you had to kind of have a high IQ.
Okay, that's a shot across the bow.
Now that was a shot, man.
So Chicago.
Oh my God! All right, let me go to Don. Don, you at Lindblom or CVS? Hey, Ron just said you had to have a good IQ to go to Lindblom. You taking that?
And you had to take a test to get into CVS, and one of our biggest cheers was CVS, the baddest school from east to west.
Nah.
All right, Don. What class were you? What year?
Class of 77.
Y'all ain't playing. Look, that's what I call.
Which happened to be the year we won the city football championship, beating the public league in Soldiers Field.
Oh, at Soldier Field, Don, you taking us back, man. All right, Don, put that one down for CVS, class of 75. I want to know, what is the oldest class we've talked to? Who is the oldest CVS alum out there that's willing to call in? Who is the oldest Lindblom alum? And if you got any famous alumni, let us know. Let me go to Tanya. Tanya, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 16.
Good morning. I want to give a shout out to my CVS Cavaliers, class of 80, Cavaliers for life.
Oh wait, Tanya, give me your call. Give me something. You gotta tell me what y'all say. CVS, give me the CVS or something. When you say CVS best from east to west, you gotta tell me something.
Oh, of course. That's CVS Cavaliers from east to west. We the best. You know, we always do it right.
Thank you, Tanya.
Football, show you right. Football, baseball, cheerleading competitions. We do it all. We got this. We got this.
All right, let me go to Rob. Rob, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 1690. I'm going to take 2 more calls after this. Lindblom and CVS. Rob, who you with, man?
Lindblom all day. Class of 89. Swoop, swoop, swoop.
Rob, you class 89? That's the class I was in. You know my man Dozier Thomas and Jason Harris?
I absolutely know Dozier. Good guy right there.
That is a good guy. All right, Rob. All right, now look, y'all. I got to close up out of here, so I got time for 2 more calls. CVS, Lindblom, who will it be? Today at 5 o'clock. The voting closes tomorrow. If we can count all the votes, we'll let y'all know before the end of the show.
But she's right. Both of those schools had people come from all over to go to those schools.
I heard that. Let me go to line number 3. Hey, yo, what's up? Hello? Oh,
hello.
Line 3. Who is it? What's the name? Go ahead. You're live, sis. I don't know. I don't have a name up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm DG Griffin, class of 89.
DG, what's up? You know it. I know DG. Don't I know you?
Oh, yes, you do. You do know me.
What is in the water at y'all Lindblom? What was in the water at Lindblom? Because I just can't believe this school spirit y'all got.
Let me tell you, Maze. First of all, we are a cult. Okay?
They bragging about it.
It's not in the water. It's what's in the Kool-Aid. We got to give it up to Jim Jones. We are a cult.
DG,
that's what we are.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. What class were you?
I'm class of 89, and we celebrated our 30th reunion last summer.
Me too.
And it was fabulous. And I will say this. I have never met a group of individuals from 1985 when we entered into the halls of Lindblom that we are still together. I would not be where I am, Mays Jackson, had it not been for Mr. Albert Gaston. I've been teaching for CPS for 27 years, and Mr. Gaston, our assistant principal, gave me my first job. So Lindblom is legacy.
All right, Todd.
Lindblom is legacy. So I just want to send a shout out to all the swoopsters out there. We're running it. We were the best, and we will always be the best. Class of '89, Lindblom High School.
I got to stop you right there. That is IODG Griffin. Now, last one, Karen, you on the top of Chicago. You get to close it. She gone? All right, y'all. Well, let me tell you what. That is it. You still have a chance. Go to my personal page, Mays Jackson. Vote Lindblom or CVS. You get bonus points for pictures. We'll declare a winner this week. Hey, y'all. We got to get up out of here. Now, for Samantha Thomas in the newsroom. For Sonia Escobar, the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. For my co-host, Todd Stroger, I am the host of the WVON Morning Show, asking the question every day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. May said, we out of here. Peace.
Live from the WVON newsroom, here's our news now.
Well, Mays, the Cavaliers really came out. They had 13 callers, and Lindblom had 9.
Okay. Send that to 13 and 9.
Yep.